Yeah, we got Christmas music today.
Oh, that's sick.
Not for the recap. I just like Christmas music.
Sick.
Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame we only have one more session before Christmas. So, the Christmas overlay and Christmas background music I only get to use twice. And now I get to drag it out this week. Oh, so any last
That is very festive.
Any last minute goofs, gaffs, gifs, or guffaws? I remembered it!
Nice.
Goose gas gives her guffaws.
Oh.
Chrome's still reopening.
Well, that's fine, Alex. It takes me an hour to go through the recap anyway.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't being sarcastic.
It's vaguely my fault that we're late.
Yeah, but I mean, if we go down like a long enough timeline, it's my fault for putting the game together, so...
I guess.
I'm just dancing in my seat.
I know, it's great, isn't it? I love this track.
It's great.
It's so great. I wish we weren't in such serious, dire straits and I'd have an opportunity to use it. But I don't, so, you know. I know, it's great. I don't remember what it's called. I will at some point remember and send it to you. It's not Industrious Ferret, because I know which one that one is.
It's very Oompa Loompa coded.
It is.
Anyway, yeah. So let's see. Let's go over the docket real quick. I speedread being sick Monday through Thursday. I am healthy and a strong lad again. Just dealing with the final fallouts of the sniffles. Alex got an offender bender and had to be an hour and a half late, so that's why we're in a hurry. Lee got a free computer by committing school fraud. I don't know.
David's friend got engaged.
Yeah, Dave, your friend got engaged. There we go. That's a story. And Ronnie didn't know what you were talking about when you said engagement. It was very funny. All right.
And Darce doesn't have homework for once.
It was proposal.
Yeah.
Proposal.
Yeah.
I thought you were like
Yeah.
presenting something.
It was a great proposal. Me and all my friends met up. I presented the PowerPoint. We all agreed, and everything was good. The proposal went through. Anarch, you're the only one we don't have a goof for. Hurry.
Correct.
Hurry.
I have nothing.
No! You have to! The whole
I've
session's
eaten so many
relying on
Tic
you.
Tacs today.
What?
I've eaten so many Tic Tacs today.
Why?
Because I have them. Truly, I don't have a better reason.
God!
I had to buy a toothbrush this morning, or yesterday morning, I don't know, whatever. And on a whim, I bought some Tic Tacs, and now I'm just... It's like drugs.
Monday, I
So
ate
if I
about
ever-
45 cough drops.
Yeah, you should have done Tic Tacs instead.
Tic
They're way
Tacs
better.
don't solve the coughing problem.
No, but they're Tic Tacs. They're great.
They are. If Tic Tacs were still cheap like they were in the 90s, I would eat them like candy still.
Mhm.
But
I
they're
choked
not.
on a cough drop last night.
But they're
that
not,
part.
so oh well. Sorry, sad, happy music, God. Sad current theme. Bing, bang, boom, here we go. All right, so, last time, you guys went all the way from the one side of the world to the other. Last week. Yeah, last week. 2 weeks ago, because we didn't play last week. So, yeah, we're 2 weeks behind, and I'm in a hurry, and y'all need to realize how fucking crazy my life is right now. Like, I'm gonna dump all my stupidity into this, so get fucking ready. So, yeah, you made your way all the way from Artivista, that's where you were, and then you went to Corval, and while you investigated Corval for like a month in real life and a couple of days in-game, you found out that there was something weird going on. It was really strange. Cult shit? Probably. Cult shit? Definitely. Cult shit? Oh yeah, that's weird. Rayclarians? What are they doing here? Don't know. Should investigate. More important things. Secret basement? Mira didn't know about no secret basement. Secret basement, bad. Prisoners? Blood sacrifice. Lots of death. Giant blood demon. Okay, that's all bad. Blood demon god. What do? talk to dead people. Dad dead, Mira Dad dead, because Mira Dad already dead. Now Mira Dad really dead. Now we talk to dead people. Frey says, I talk dead dad? No. Instead, Mira dead sister. It's sad. Did I miss anything?
Yes. Try to come up with plans on how to deal with the evil thing that's in the room beyond the door. That was where we left off.
Yeah, potentially by bringing Mira's dad back to life.
Or using a wish to blow out all the candles at the same time.
There is a magic lamp that is hanging narratively and almost literally over your heads, with one wish left on it. Mira sad, Frey sad, Garrett tired, Strieg sick of murder.
Yeah.
Rowan desperately wants spell slot back. Rowan not get spell slot. Rowan nuke guards with small nuclear device of ice in pocket. PTSD?
Yeah.
Survivor guilt? Murder bad? Who know? Let's go. So we pick up then in the evening as you have spent a little while helping this over a dozen prisoners escape. I made the mistake. I looked at Discord while I was trying to be serious. Oh.
So if I remember correctly, last we left off...
Frey was trying to convene with a spirit, and instead of finding the deceased soul of Silas Tyrell, Frey unfortunately found the deceased soul of Perdita Tyrell, Mira's older sister.
Right.
And Garrett was desperately trying to figure out what the hell to do next, while a large group of prisoners were arguing about whether or not you should kill all of these guards who were keeping them prisoner and planning to use them for blood sacrifice. There's also a bigger danger down there still.
Yep.
And it is getting close to evening, and you know that if what you believe about their shift changes are correct, there will probably be something resembling a clusterfuck or a mess in the near-ish future. So, with all that said, as Frey continues to talk through the afternoon to Perdita convening with the spirit of a deceased, I ask unto you all, in this very, very trying hour, where things are so dark and hope is scant, but hopefully there. God, hoping for hope, that's depressing. Rowan, Strieg, Frey, Garrett, and Mira. What are you guys doing?
Well, are Strieg and me still inside with the others?
I was assuming so.
Okay. I think if we know that these guys are all up here, since we know that the next question is sort of if Mira's going to wish for her dad to be alive, I'll probably come back up to where they are, since we did the whole blood recon thing.
And they are still down there. Roland, the guard, the smith, and the other woman are still all down there. They are trying to figure out whatever they can.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Well.
So yeah, the day is yours.
Cool. Well,
the evening.
Yeah. I mean, once we're back up here, I will ask Mira, it doesn't seem like we have any great answers, even looking at what's in there, and it definitely doesn't look good. If you still think that bringing your dad back might give us the answer, then I'm on board.
I think it's probably the best chance we have.
I'm game.
Unless unless he doesn't have any memory of anything that he was doing.
I mean, we can
Even-
include that in the wish, right?
Even if he
Hmm.
doesn't have the memory, he probably still would know the most about what's going on.
Yes, that was the other thing I was going to say, that even if he doesn't know, he would be able to help us.
I mean, we should like just make sure we know what the wish exactly will be, right? So I would say we wish for your father to be back in with the physical and mental health that he had, let's say 15 years ago. I don't know, however long ago you saw him, but with all of the knowledge he's acquired since then, or with all of the knowledge. Yeah, I don't know how to phrase it, given that I don't know if he acquired that knowledge or not, but
And I think while you guys are having this conversation, Freya's still sitting there beside Silas's body, where he had said he was going to, try and contact him. And I think, like, from your point of view, he would be sitting there in something of a trance and just whispering, like just really low, soft whispers, just kind of like a stream, as he has this conversation on the other side.
Can I take out the little periscope mirror and put it in Frey's hands?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it'll work, but I just want to see.
Yes, you can.
I will do that.
All right. As Frey is sitting there, Frey, you immediately just like feel something like heavy and unexpected in your hand, and Rowan, you can see. Well, Ronnie, what exactly does Rowan see through Frey's eyes?
Rohan sees the blackness of his eyelids.
Brilliant. Okay. Worth a shot. That's fair.
I
I just wanted to know if we could get Mira to see her sister,
I will try my best not to cough into the microphone.
Well, do
That's
we...
fair.
do the rest of us even know that that's what Frey's
No,
seeing?
I don't think we do. I think I was metagaming a little bit, but I'm sure I would have wanted to know what he was seeing, but no. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the wish, right? We want him to be like physically and mentally healthy, but ideally we want him to have all of the knowledge he has or would have acquired over the past 15 years as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that she would just say, like, the date that he disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
But given that we don't know what Frey is seeing or talking to, would we like wait until they're done?
Yeah, because Frey said that he was gonna like maybe get some information, so I think probably we'd want to wait and see if he came back with anything.
Yes.
All right. So you all wait. Anything else specific you want to do while you're waiting for Frey?
No.
Sorry about that a little bit. I just was dealing with dog vomit for a second here. Quick recap from what I heard. We discussed the wish to make. Rohan tried to use the periscope mirror to see if we could see the girl who Mira was supposed to basically kind of be again, and then that kind of covers it, or am I missing anything?
That's it.
Well,
Okay.
None of you know who Frey is talking to, just that he
Yeah.
went into this with the intention of trying to contact Mira's father.
And okay.
Makes sense.
So, Frey, you continue to discuss for pretty much as long as you want, but obviously you feel at one point something in your hand and then momentarily take it out, and
Yeah, I think it's probably just a slight distraction, but I think he's like most of his senses are kind of like, on the other side in this other realm that he's seeing her in. But yeah, so speaking to Perdita, I'll admit I had reached out hoping to find your father. There's a great deal going on here, and he might be the only one who has the knowledge who can help.
yes, my father is a very smart man.
Do you know anything of what he had been working on? Or what he has been working on? I don't know how aware you are of. He kind of just gives an apologetic smile.
She just does this very kind of slow blink and head shake.
I see. Do you know where to find your father?
She purses her lips. I feel that I've been a long time.
Sorry, what did you say?
I feel I have been alone for a long time. There's no one else here.
I'm sorry. If I could guide you to others, I would.
There is something nice about being alone.
What is it like?
She just kind of purses her lips, and the dark, maroon, crimson, all shades of red world just feels colder for a moment as you focus on it, and she just shudders. She kind of pauses. I don't know what to compare it to. I died very young. Know
I'm
that?
so sorry that happened to you.
And I know that I still see the world. I get strange moments, flashes of things happening. And she kind of pauses and looks off to the side. I'll feel happiness and sadness and loss, but it is also... It is not mine, but it is. She shakes her head. I don't know.
I think I think maybe it means that you're with your sister.
She gives a smile at that. I hope.
If you could see her, if you could speak to her, what would you wish to say?
She stares for a moment, her eyes a little wide, and looks down. And then shakes her head and shudders. I don't know. What are you supposed to say?
I suppose the only thing to say is whatever's in your heart. There's no right or wrong thing.
She just shudders again. Tell her I'm sorry for what happened to our father. Tell her I'm sorry for causing everything.
Of course, I'll pass the message on. I suppose I should try and go back now. I don't know if I'll be able to reach you again.
She just kind of cocks her head to the side. She doesn't say anything.
Well, one last question. These flashes you've got, those glimpses, do you remember ever seeing or feeling anything dreadful, some powerful force from beyond?
She just stares ahead and shakes her head.
That's all right. Thank you for speaking to me. And I'll share your words with Mira.
She has another moment and she just starts to sit down in the crimson-hued snow, and I don't like being alone, but at at the same time, I do. I would love to come back to really meet her.
Well, perhaps. And Frey is going to step forward, and he is going to hold out his hand to Perdita.
She looks curious from where she sat down in the snow and goes to grab yours.
I don't know if I can, but perhaps do something. And Frey is going to, with her hand in his, draw himself back to himself, and I guess see if he can basically bring her along as maybe like a ghostly apparition or maybe like a possession sort of thing. Just see if he can give a bit of that connection.
You start to open your eyes, Frey, with this willingness. You'll realize, and you have just this moment where you feel like you're a passenger in your own body, watching from the passenger seat, really. Who's nearby?
I think me, Garrett, and Mira.
Yes.
You all watch as Frey's eyes are opened, and he immediately just looks forward over to where Silas's body is wrapped, and then to Mira, and just hunches over crying.
Are you okay?
What's wrong?
Frey, you can hear this, but you know that you're right there. That essentially your body is not your own right now. It is a shared vessel. And some part of you in your heart of hearts knows that when this ends, there's no, that will be it for the communion with her spirit. But you are free to think, commune with her still, while she seems to be fully in control. A inexplicable, strange, awkward feeling of being yourself, but not quite. And you guys look as Frey sits up and turns to you, Mira, and smiles. Not a Frey smile, but this huge, childlike smile with expressions you would never expect to see. A world of difference from who he was.
Mira looks confused. Are you all right? Did you see anything?
There's a pause, and you see him start to open his mouth and pause for a second again, and oh, dear sister. And Frey, it is the strangest thing for you to hear your voice coming out of your mouth and going into your ears, but the thoughts, the voice that is projecting them is not yours. As Mira, Frey puts his arms around you and almost falls, latching his arms around your neck.
I think she is even more confused. Like, I don't know if what is happening would occur to her, like, ever. So she would just, like, I don't know, catch him? What?
There's a pausing moment, and he just narrows his eyes and then shakes his head and... Oh, yes, Frey is here. But it's me. Perdita.
But... Perdita? She looks very, very surprised. Like, she looks down, like she's looking at her own chest, because that's, you know, where her compartment is, I guess, and then looks at Frey again. How are you? You're here?
I don't know. I don't know at all. You can... And Frey, from inside of your own head, you can hear, you can feel the thoughts of her thinking, how am I here? What do I tell her? What am I supposed to do? What do I do? Just keeps echoing.
And he'll gently whisper back, just in the back of his mind. Just do the first thing, say the first thing that comes to mind.
Through Frey's body, through Frey's voice, the response of, I don't know at all. I don't have any idea. I'm sure he can explain it to you, but he let me in. He let me in so I could see you.
I never thought I would get to know you. I'm alive because of you. She looks like very awestruck, like, what is happening?
No,
I'm
you're not.
not sure what to say.
You're alive because of him. Because of our dear father. Alive because our father cared. You're alive because you're a good person. Because everything is good.
But you're a part of me too. Aren't you?
I suppose so. Yes. I've always guess I've always been with you. I don't understand. I don't understand it at all.
It's all right. You don't have to understand. I'm just glad that I could speak to you. And she'll just hug Frey.
And with all of the strength that Frey's body can possibly muster, you are hugged back. Hands latched behind you, trying to squeeze and trying to never let go. I don't want this moment to end.
Well, shit, what do I say, bro? I don't either.
I have to leave. I don't know if I get to come back. I don't know anything. But I'm always here. I'll always be with you. And Frey, inside of your own mind, the thoughts of heartbreak, regret, frustration over a life that would never come to pass, and appreciation over this one moment. All of these conflicting, intense emotions just battering you before finally Perdita's thoughts, her voice cuts through to you. I need to go. If I don't, I'll want to stay.
Thank you for letting me meet you.
Thank you for saving her. Thank them all.
We'll
Never,
keep saving each other.
ever let Mira forget how loved she is. How much love she has. How much love there is. And with that, like a switch is flipped, she is gone, and you are back in your own body, your arms hurting from squeezing Mira so hard. Tears that are your own but aren't covering your face.
I think you definitely, I think Mira definitely would notice the change in Frey's body language. Definitely like that strength suddenly just fleeing him as he almost like sags against you, Mira. And he pulls away a bit for a moment. She's gone now.
She will just let go and look a little lost, I guess. I had no idea. There was any part of her still anywhere. Not like that.
not sure exactly, but I suspect that she's with you.
Yes, I suppose that makes sense in some way. Just like a hand on her chest.
She loves you. She wants to make sure you're cared for.
Strange.
And she said that she was sorry about what happened to your father. She was sorry for everything that she started.
I don't really know what that means, but it's been very strange. I almost feel like I'm dreaming.
I can only imagine. I could feel the intensity of her emotions, and it just. And he takes a small step back, putting more of that space between them. But he looks over at Garrett, at Rohan, and then over at Silas's body. I didn't see your father though. And I'm afraid that I have no answers to the questions we were looking for.
Well, what is your opinion? What do you think we should do?
I suppose the only option left that we had talked about was the lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, Mira, it's okay with, I think, all of us if you want to do that. If you like Tastrig, then feel free, of course.
All right. Well, that's all there is to it then, I suppose. I would take out the lamp and hold it, and I'm doing some last minute thinking to see if there's anything I can think of, just really quick. Well, we're not supposed to be dilly-dallying today, so I guess she will just say, I wish my father, Silas Tyrell, was alive and as healthy as he was on insert specific date here, the day that he, disappeared from their house, with all of the memories and knowledge that he learned and acquired until this day. And I guess we'll see what happens.
Oh boy. This is gonna be fun.
As
One way or another.
the words begin, cracks grow, the sound of them cracking gets louder and louder. And as the sentence gets finished, the glass of the oil lamp shatters. There is a echoing rumble that comes from it. Shrieg, you can feel it from all the way down in the basement as this force seems to be emitting from above ground. It's not enough to knock you guys down, but snow on treetops that was there falls. Stones on the nearby cliffs shudder, and some of them begin to tumble. And you see, standing before you, a haze of blue, making little more than a human-shaped cloud. Two piercing blue, perfectly circular eyes, where you would expect them to be. And it just stares at you, Mira. You have been listening for so long to my wants. You have been so heartbroken. I have felt the war within you. But you listened, and you have set me free. None of the rest of you hear anything, just Mira.
Great.
She's listening.
I owe everything to you. So I will listen. And the entity, no more than 6 feet tall at its height, looks down with the most subtle of body language to the body of your father. You want him back.
Yes.
Want a life with him.
Yes.
It is done. I will not forget you, Mira Tyrell. I will not forget the rest of you. And again, none of the rest of you hear this, but the entity utters with a careful reverence, Garrett Redwater Viacor, Rowan Sylvia, Shrieg Prokanine, Ray. I brain farted and forgot his last name in the middle of that sentence.
Varrock.
Viddock.
For a second, I thought that was the genie saying that. I was like, whoa. A really big vibe shift.
I will not forget any of you. Thank you. And as quickly as a wind whips up and that almost powdery blue mist wipes into nothingness, disappearing into the air, you hear a cough from the body of your father.
Ah! She like flies over to his side and drops to her knees. Father?
Oh. A miracle. Or so. And you can see the lines, decades of regret, exhaustion, almost torture on his face, fading away. Some of the gray fading from his beard as he continues to age younger and younger.
How much younger? The amount I asked for?
He's now 16.
But with the knowledge of a 54-year-old.
He was like 80, 70, something like that.
Yeah.
And you see a man who could not be more than 40, 45. He looks as if the day you first met him, Mira. A little dirty, a little tired, a little confused, but such a deep, genuine smile as he... You did it. A miracle. His eyes go wide. We need to stop it. We need to stop the window now. We need to shut it. And he sits up with a unexpected haste. And he... And you can see there's a mixture of panic and heartache. Just a heart that is so full and so emotionally exhausted right now. And he just starts to stumble to his feet, coughing a little bit as he does. We can fix this. We can fix all of this.
How do we shut it? We found the runes.
His eyes go wide. And we're gonna jump scenes to what's going on down below.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Strieg, the time here doing what you can, you and Roland essentially little more than moral support and organization for these people who are doing everything they can to understand what needs to be done. I can't believe you guys actually fucking used the lamp. I'm so proud of you.
Yay. And we didn't kill anyone.
You told us to
Yes.
be decisive.
after so long, eventually, Strieg, all of you feel this vibration, this energy that, like, permeates through everything, knocks some of the books over, spills an inkwell, flips pages, and there's just a moment, and Roland turns to you and shakes his head. The elder statesman, the guard, who seems to not quite know the most, but be the most confident, shakes his head, and then the smith, that's nothing I've ever... What the fuck was that?
That doesn't normally happen around here.
That was not... No, when the window needs opening, when whatever it is, that thing beyond it needs a sacrifice. That isn't... That's not shaking. Whatever that was, it was something different. And Roland immediately is just like... He looks around for a weapon, finds a nearby scalpel, and... I'll go look.
I'll go with you.
And, you guys start to head topside. And up there, things are not as you quite expected. There's a little bit of hubbub amongst the survivors, the prisoners who are still resting and eating whatever they can find that was in the guards' packs that they have now pilfered, tying them up better, and just wondering what's next. But beyond that, Strieg, you see the group over on the other side, standing around someone you don't immediately recognize.
I guess we probably both head over there.
And, as you get close, you see, well, what does Strieg see everyone doing as he's moving over there?
Cry,
Green had, like-
laughing, helping this man up.
just
Freya's
kinda
definitely
standing
Freya's definitely looking very, very nervous, especially when Silas started panicking.
And when people like turned, when there was, the hubbub of two trained assassins charging at you, he kind of like stops and like stumbles back for a moment, leaning up against the nearby tree, and then, no, you're... And he winces his head. You... Turns first to Roland. You had escaped. You had escaped and you had come back. And there's just this momentary pause of exhaustion and just kind of looks over at them. Sorry for everything that happened to you. And Roland just immediately, like, looks to the rest of you, and then Strieg, and, like, he kind of, like, quietly whispers to you, Strieg, what is going on? Who is that?
I have no idea. I thought you knew. He seems to know you.
Don't you ever get that? Someone thinks they know you and don't?
Yeah, a lot.
Maybe he thinks he knows you. And he got us confused.
Roland, this is my father.
What? No. Your father was old.
And
Wasn't he?
dead. Very dead.
Dead, too.
He was definitely dead. I checked.
I used the last wish.
You let it out?
Yeah. This is going to help us fix everything. She's probably too giddy right now to, like, notice any... I almost knocked over my water glass. Like... I don't know what word I'm trying to think of. Any bad feelings. That's basically what I mean.
You know.
Yeah.
I look around like I'm expecting an attack from the heavens. Do I see anything or feel anything?
Give me an int notice. Looking around, like, it seems like the former prisoners did a pretty good job tying up the rest of the guards. You don't notice any more nearby. The sky's a little overcast. Not currently snowing. There's a couple less people here than there were when you released all the prisoners, but otherwise, the only thing of note is a broken oil lamp on the ground.
Okay. I guess this is our usual level of batshit, so what now?
I think Silas knows how to stop that thing that's coming alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's getting close to when these guys change shifts, so that's probably when the reinforcements from the Reclarian camp that you found will show up. I think at this point, our best bet is to have some of these guards who aren't too in poor shape, the ones that we rescued, lead the rest of the prisoners out of here. I don't know where best to send them, but the quicker they're gone, the better. Because if the Reclarians do show up, I don't want to have a bunch of civilians around while we try to handle that.
Silas is stopping
Sunrise,
the-
sunset. That's when they change. The only times they open the hatch, let people down into the basement.
How
Is,
long do we have until sunset?
You'd guesstimate maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
That's when they would bring prisoners. That's when they would. We can't go back to Quaval. Quaval's, and you see him like wincing in pain, and like he grabs onto his temple and just squeezes it for a second. Quaval is. It's part of this. There's people there that are part of this. Not all of them, but 2 call guards there. They're part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
And Reclarians. I don't know why, but there's Reclarians here too.
Yeah, we know.
This needs to be destroyed. All of this.
We'd love to.
Here,
Great, let's do it.
take. I can't. No, the window. Here, get to safety. He turns to. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone else. He turns to who seems the most competent in Garrett. Please take my daughter and get her to safety.
No,
I'll-
I'm going to help.
Yeah, how much help do you
No.
need to shut down
No,
this?
you can't. You can't.
What do you mean?
She's probably in the best shape to be able to help. She seems to be able to innately shrug off magic.
He kind of just... His eyes almost flutter for a second in confusion, and he does a double take, and... I never wanted this for you. My miracle. I didn't want you to fight. I didn't want you to... see
doesn't matter.
violence.
I'm here now. I can help. Let me help.
Give me a charisma convince.
Okay. Find my character sheet.
Can she get a +1 because all of us clearly are weaker than her?
Yeah, I'm barely standing up.
Yeah. We're giving her the help action by looking extra pathetic.
You guys do look pretty pathetic right now.
I mean, I
Mira's not
don't
looking
look
too great
great.
either. There's so much I want to tell you. I promise
There's so
I
much I
will.
want to tell you too.
But right now, if you help, if you all are going to help me, you're going to listen. Is that understood?
Yes.
Yeah, perk up as much as I can.
Yes.
He double takes again at you, Mira, with your tattered dress, You're-
Covered in blood.
covered in blood. You look like you were just at war. And
I tore the head off of a blood man. Remember that?
Yeah.
he turns to the prisoners. Get them to safety. Get them somewhere safe. I need to go below. I need to go to the laboratory for a little while. Get them to safety. Hurry. And when you come back down, no questions. You do as I say, and we will get this dealt with.
Can I, just to make sure, can I get like a vibe check? He's like being like he's
Yeah, to
on the
make
up
sure
and up,
that,
right?
that if we leave, he's not about to try to close the window on his own.
Yeah, Rowan's like he doesn't like no questions asked. You know what I mean? I just want to know, like, just to make sure. I trust him. But...
Give me a wisdom into it.
Okay, great. Just I don't want to be like.
The determination in his eyes, the fury he seems to have at what's going on. This man is not about to sacrifice himself. If anything, he would destroy a country before letting anything come between him and his daughter again.
Okay, respect. All right, fair enough. I will do what he says then.
we've got some room at the mill where we've been staying, but this many people, they'll leave a huge path through the snow. I don't know how we would hide that. Maybe that's a for later problem. We just get them there first.
Yeah, I mean, all the guards are going to be coming here, not to the mill. I don't think so.
Right.
As
Can we even fit that many people in there?
as Silas is heading off, Rolla just, I should go warn them about what's going on so they don't see a random man. And he darts off.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, we should get them moving right away.
Yeah.
we need
Let's
to
go.
get them out of here.
Let's go.
I'll be back.
Yeah, how long will it
I
take us to
will.
get to the mill and back? Roughly.
The mill? Like the destroyed mill that you guys stayed at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I
pretty
mean, we can't
far?
take him to town.
At least
Right.
a couple
Yeah, weren't
hours,
we
yeah.
heading somewhere
Okay, couple. All right, so
closer?
that'll be too
Yeah,
long.
what
yeah.
about
Yeah,
the barn we were staying at after the mill?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
You could get him to the barn and probably, again, you're not going to be doing it stealthily. It will be obvious that a horde of people have shambled through the snow, but
Sure.
you can certainly get them there. And not quite sardine packed, but it would be enough room that like everyone will be able to comfortably sit, but not really have any personal space.
That's fine because they'll need their body heat to stay warm anyway.
Yep.
All right.
Glass half full.
I mean,
A problem that's actually.
I don't know if there's anywhere else we could bring them right now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we can't take them to town, so. Yeah, I think
Do
that's
the
move.
barn then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
barn.
All right. So at this point, you guys are Garrett. I would like you to give me another charisma lead. Well,
Absolutely.
so I guess this is more logistics. Give me a int lead, or
Well,
int.
I will do-
Yeah, lead.
Int lead. Got it. Swoop
It's a
and
little more
roll.
logistics related. All right.
That's 8.
So, with Garrett helping to... There's something almost nostalgic for you, Garrett, about guiding people who have been displaced due to a horrible disaster and don't currently have any belongings to a place of relative safety temporarily while things hopefully get better. Maybe nostalgic's not the right word, but...
Yeah.
in some horrifying way, this is something that Garrett Redwater consistently has done well. And you guys spend the next probably 45 minutes getting these people. You pretty much pilfer all the, like, they have pretty much pilfered all the food, the weapons, anything useful off of the few guards that were detained. Which is not much, and they are obviously hungry, but not quite starving. But you guys are able to get them all the way over to the barn where you were staying, keeping them together in as tight of a path as possible, though anyone looking would obviously be able to tell a large group of well over a dozen people had traveled this way.
Yeah.
I think once we're at the barn, Frey will take a moment to take a breather, but he will also check in on the stone he left at the Reclarian camp in the mage's tent, and also the stone that is like it has eyes on the basement door here at
Alright.
the estate.
The basement door is curious because this is the first time you've seen it just sitting open. Nothing else is happening. There is no one else here that you can see anyway. I mean, from, you know, it is positioned in such a way that, like, I imagine it's kind of like this, if that makes sense, like vision-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes
So
sense.
there's not a lot you can see beyond the gate itself, or beyond the trapdoor itself. But like from what you do see, it's open and there is no one to be seen around it.
All right.
At the Rayclarian camp, there are a couple of... It looks like there is a mule and a couple of Ducal guards who are currently setting things up, while you can see, like, just kind of out the front of the tent door, if you will, that one of the Rayclarians is talking to someone, seemingly giving orders, or like, you can't make out specifics, but it doesn't seem heated. It seems like basic, you know, make sure you get this, and that. Like, hurry it up. Like, you know, your basic military drill sergeant bullshit.
Okay.
Is the general vibe you get from it.
Okay. Yeah, so Frey will pull out of that and just mention to the others that I don't think a word of what happened has reached the camp yet, so there's that at least.
That's good.
It seems like, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, after we get him there, I think it's time to
Head back.
back, probably. Yeah.
Will this day never end?
I
No.
know.
Frey, you can... actually, from where I established the stone, you would see, I'm sorry, I completely screwed up. One of the 3 Ducal guards that was tied up, that was forcing the prisoners that Mira beat the shit out of, is missing.
Oh, from...
One of those 3.
Oh, okay.
Whoops!
Oh my god. Wait, can we ask, did Silas Tyrell look like he was in a physical state that he could have carried that dude?
Easily.
Fuck. Oh. God damn it.
That is so fucking funny. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so Frey will definitely mention that too. Nothing at the Raycloud camp, but back at the estate, I think one of the guards is missing. One of the ones that we left there.
Think he ran off?
Escape?
Why would he leave the others?
I don't know.
Well, because he could have run to get more support, but
Hmm.
I mean, the other option is he would have been brought down to be sacrificed, but isn't the whole thing about closing the gate instead of adding more sacrifices? Unless it takes a sacrifice to close the gate, I hope not. But
Or
anyways,
just give more time.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
that.
we need to get back there regardless, as quick as we can.
Yeah.
Oh god, I really hope we don't need to fight anything.
I mean,
We're all gonna die.
Mira's slowly looking better.
We're all gonna die. Mira's just, life's great.
I
I
mean,
mean, if we have a couple minutes, I can try to patch us up a little bit.
Mira
I don't know if
regenerates.
we have a couple minutes.
I mean, I don't know if we'll be much help if we don't get patched up. Above the table, I am at 3 HP out of 23. So
Oh my god.
You guys can
I
spend
could
some time
use-
healing while you're there if you'd like. You can
I
make the
could
choice.
use a little bit.
Yeah.
I would love to.
All right, I'll
So you
roll
can,
for
you know,
some heal.
cut off another like 15 minutes and heal up as much as you need to.
Yeah. How do we roll for healing?
Our,
again? I forget.
It'll be 1d6 plus your heal skill. The heal skill of
okay.
whoever is administering.
I mean, I have a +1 to heal, so unless anyone else wants to give it a go.
I will
Nope,
say,
that'd be
if you
great.
guys want Garrett doing all of it, it will double the time to half an hour.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask,
I mean,
do
what's
any of
too
the
long?
prisoners we freed, are any of them like good with healing?
Given their slightly malnourished state, I would not trust them to do any kind of medical work on someone.
Well, I don't need it, and I don't think that he could do it on me anyway. Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah. So,
I mean, at the very least, I can heal up Rohan and myself a bit. We're both down low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm at 8 out of 18, but I am currently absolutely useless in combat anyway. So,
Mm.
so I will try to stay out of it.
I do know what you mean, but I love the clarification of like, well, I am almost dead, but also I'm completely useless, so...
all right.
All right, so let's do. Why did that come up as Strieg for my role? I'm not Strieg.
Oh, I bet we still had you from when we were gonna play last week when we were trying to see if
Oh, yeah.
I need to change you from owner to default.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. Well, that would still be the role anyway. So that's
For
fine.
Strieg?
Well, for
It's for me, right?
yeah, to heal
Oh,
Rohan
okay.
first,
Okay, so yeah, that's for Rowan.
I did just realize I was at 8 out of 11 system strain starting this, so...
Okay, so now
Because
you're at
of my-
9 out of 11.
Yeah,
That's-
because of
that's
my
it. No
ice
more.
bath.
So you get 5, no more for you.
Maybe one more.
All right. All right.
Well, you can go to max system strain. It just means you can't be healed anymore.
I know, but I feel like I'm gonna need to be able to take some system
That
strain.
gets you 3 more.
That's fine. I'll take it.
And don't forget, if you went down in the last fight and you go down in the next few days, you die.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
me. I die if I go down again, so I'm gonna heal myself up some.
Fuck.
For-
I did go down, didn't I?
You did.
Mhm. And 7, I will take that as 11, so that gets me to 16 and adds 2 more system strain. Okay,
Okay. Actually, can you do one more for me? I'd better.
sure, that
Yeah,
gets you
so-
4 more.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Is anyone else getting healing? Frey or Strieg?
Nope.
Why do we need healing? There's not gonna be another fight, right, Robert?
Ask Garrett and Rowan. They're the ones who started healing everybody. I'm just offering.
I mean, it just feels like if you walk back towards the blood monster, being like, "Well, we're definitely not gonna have to fight that thing, so we're fine." It's like
Well, what do you mean? It's got no head.
the other
No,
blood
I think
monster.
time is
What-
of the essence
oh.
right now. I think we should go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you guys spend about 15 minutes as Garrett patches himself with assistance and Rowan up. In total, I'd say it's probably been about, like, as you head back, hour 45, 2 hours since the last fight. So, like, you guys have had a little bit of time. It's getting close to sunset. You've probably got somewhere in the realm of, like, depending on how they define sunset, like 30 to 60 minutes.
Okay. Could be worse, I guess.
Well, you guys still have a 15, 20 minute walk back.
Yeah.
So
Book it, Dano.
Hustle.
you guys eventually make your way back to the Tyrell estate, where the first thing you see is a couple of lit candles in the courtyard. And as you get up the hill, you can see a very large arcane sigil in the courtyard.
Well, that's new.
Courtyard, is that like here?
Yeah, it would be around this area-ish.
Okay.
Robert,
Yeah.
when you said that this man would destroy a country, was that a figure of speech?
You rolled a 13.
No.
Mira, we might have a problem.
I don't know, maybe we should just leave him to
What
it.
do you mean?
Depends. Is the country he destroying Raycloud, or is the country he destroying here?
Does that make a difference?
Yes, because my wife is here.
My family's in Raycloud, so
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give you that. I will give you that.
I mean, he said to get the people away. Presumably, if we were all gonna die, it wouldn't matter how far away.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
got.
I'm here,
That is a
so.
good point. That's a good point. Yeah, he's also not going to
yeah,
blow the thing
I'm not
up.
worried about
Yeah.
us. I'm saying, I think that he might be invested enough in spending time with Mira that he might not care who else gets hurt in this moment. Which, you know,
So we just stand near Mira.
I mean that's fair, but are we okay with the other people getting hurt?
No,
Right. So
no, of course not.
we might need
Why?
to ask him about that. Although he said no questions asked, so
Why do you think that he's going to go apocalyptic?
Maybe we should
Well-
go ask him instead of
Wouldn't.
just staring at the sigil.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, we should go.
yes.
Yeah.
To answer your question, as we're walking in, like to answer your question, it's a combination of like the vibes and also like the giant sigil in the courtyard. So I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
That's my worry.
So, you guys make your way one by one back down into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And down here in the basement is a just... As you start, there's still the lovely pile of just blood everywhere. Just one after another. Just from the lurker. It has seemingly no end. And, sorry, I have to put all you guys' things back on here. Just in case, I like to make sure that, you know, just in case. Rowan?
I'm gonna be so mad if the apocalypse we caused today was bringing Mira's dad back.
It happens.
So,
Apocalypse.
as you guys make your way down, it is no cleaner. There are footsteps. You can hear something clinking and moving, and then you hear, oh, and if you could get me that third book, the one with the blue binding, up there next to that journal.
Go do that.
You hear as you're kind of approaching, and
Is he
you
talking
then
to someone?
he is talking to someone. Yes,
Okay.
like you come in like mid conversation.
Okay.
And then the sound of steps going upstairs. And then, as you're kind of approaching, you hear a call back in the familiar voice of Roland. There are 2 blue books. I'm just gonna bring them both. All right, bring them both. Whatever. And you can see on the second. You can see on one of the, yeah, I'll just get you guys moved up just so you can see what's going on, so it's not as confusing. There's a lot going on here, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I made like the most complicated map and set of things possible. You can see one of the guards who is unconscious, chained down to one of the tables. Silas is actively poring over notes and things. You can see a couple of sigils drawn in chalk. It looks like almost practice ones. He also has what looks like a very thick, like murky green liquid in a very large beaker that he is currently like... He is holding his hand out, and you can see there's an open flame in his hand, and he's like whisking the beaker over it.
What are we doing with the guardsman who's over there on the table?
At this point, he closes his hand and puts it down. I trust everyone is safely away then.
Yes.
Best we can get, yeah.
Mira, like, looks at Silas, and then she looks at Rohan, and then she looks at Silas again.
And every time you look at him, he just gets this warm expression as a smile grows on his face.
Then she looks at Rohan again. What's going on?
The key to shutting the window is the freshly dead. I'm not going to let an innocent die for this. Motions over to the guard, but these people have propagated this for so long. Subjugated, tortured, experimented on and used people for, who knows, decades more. This ends here.
What about that one? She points at the guy that got killed by the blood dude. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name.
The blood lurker? Yeah.
Yeah, that. That wasn't that long ago.
Fresh, as in bleeding out, dying, as it is done. But I'm going to need a second as well. There were 2 sigils in there holding it open.
And there's no other way?
Not before it's going to want to be fed again. Placated.
What would the other way be if you had time?
I would need to pause this for a moment. Find my way back to Artavishte, to the Lucian Ray. Consult with experts, old tomes and books. It could take months, longer.
And this thing will be needing to feed regularly the whole time between now and then, won't it?
How frequently does this thing get fed?
Sometimes it would call back-to-back days. Sometimes it would go weeks without a request. Trying to understand it. That was Vale's goal, trying to subjugate it.
Who is Vale?
I don't know, but I intend to find out once this is done.
Okay.
First time I heard that name was... And he kind of like turns to you, Mira. The last time I saw you.
I don't want you to have to hurt anyone anymore.
And I don't want you to have ever had to hurt anyone, but here we are. A miracle.
When this thing feeds, does it require someone dead?
Live sacrifice.
Is it feeding on... Okay. It's feeding on the people, not on blood.
Yes. It is coming.
I think I like turn to the others and I'm just like, is there anyone we can think of who would deserve this more than this person? Who we could get to? Because I don't see a way out of sacrificing somebody here.
Short of trying to fight the Red Clarion mages who are probably going to be here soon anyways, unless there was a way to trap them and throw them into it instead, or whoever's leading the soldiers that were with them. I can't say that I feel comfortable being part of a blood sacrifice of someone, but I think, as you said, I don't think there's a
This is not
quicker
up
way
for
to
debate.
resolve it.
You agreed, no questions.
The terms have changed. Give us a second.
He continues as if you were not there.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, if we don't sacrifice someone now, then we're going to have to sacrifice someone when this thing needs defeat again anyway. So somebody's going to die. And the question is who. And I think if that's the case, then it should be whoever deserves to the most, to the extent that someone can deserve to die, I guess. And
who
if there's
decide
someone...
that?
Today we do. I mean, I don't like it, but...
With the timetable we're on, it's not as if we could even find anybody else. And
Yeah.
Did he say there was going to need to be a second sacrifice anyways?
There's
Yeah.
2 more tied up upstairs.
Yeah. Which I think is
Ray
what is
will raise his voice, speaking, asking towards Silas, will they suffer?
I don't believe so. I don't want them to. But someone needs to pay for these crimes. Someone needs to be made a sacrifice to fix this. Or things will get worse. Mira, I heard you. I hate this just as much, but there was a time I said I would die for my miracle. Not anymore. No. I did die for my miracle. And I hated that. And I hate what you've been forced to become in my absence. But let me make it very clear. I am more, very much more than willing to kill for you. To keep you safe. You don't need to be here. You can go. This
I'm
mistake,
not going to.
all of this is mine to bear.
I'm not leaving.
Well then. I suppose we have to begin.
And this will for sure work.
I see no reason it will not. And it has been the only thing that has occupied my mind for so long. Thou stripped my mind of wants, of needs, of care, of love. My family. Just so I could think about this. I'm going to put that wasted life, those wasted years, to something good. But days where I knew there was something missing, things that I cared about. But every time I tried to think about it, it was just on this. a mountain to climb, a formula to perfect, a house to build. It was all just permeated every single fiber of my being. They're going to know
Right.
something is wrong. They will. They're going to send more people. Hopefully most of the camp. And when they do, we are not going to be here. Going to be far away.
Sorry.
What?
Are you suggesting that all of those people will be hurt as well?
Are we letting this thing out on them?
No. But they're going to come looking for us. They're going to
Well-
come looking for emotions to the balcony. They will come looking for everything. They will want to rebuild it. They will want to start anew. It all has to go. And they have been propagating this for years. They are all complicit.
You said there's like this dawning horror on Frey's face. You said to get them out of Corval. Is this going to take out the entire village?
No, it shouldn't. I'm careful. I just know that Corval is still infected. I don't know how many people from this operation, how many people working for Vale are actually there. I know they came from there. I know that the Ducal Guard there are in his pocket, but I do not know how much further it goes.
What exactly are you planning to do to make sure this doesn't happen again?
We seal the window. We unbind whatever that is on the other side of it.
Okay.
There's no window. There's nothing forced to stand next to it.
Okay.
And then
That's it.
everything here comes down.
Do we just collapse it or do we burn it too?
When I'm done, all of my research here is going to be burned. None of this should see the light of anything.
What are the chances that they have any of this copied?
He shakes his head. Vale trusted that I was the only one who could understand it. Besides him, I'd imagine. But I've never seen the man. He didn't come here, he wasn't going to let anyone else so much as lay an eye upon it.
Fuck it, I don't have any better ideas. I'm assuming that once all they're here, that's when everything collapses. It's brought down, blows up, however you plan to do this.
Yes.
So that it wipes out the camp, or as much of it as possible. Those two mages are probably going to be here, so that's something you need to keep in mind. With whatever your plan is, there will be mages who may be able to disrupt it.
He looks for a moment, kind of puts his hands down on the table. And you can see, like, even though he's much younger, much more put together, he already looks older than he did an hour ago. Exhausted, almost. Just, not physically, but his hair is sweaty and stringy, and he has to keep brushing it back. His beard already has random inks and bits from tests in it, and there was nothing they're going to do that would be able to stop me.
Fine. So what the hell do we have to do?
I feel like we're sort of blowing past. The blood sacrifices are one thing. Okay, we need to take down 2 people to close the sigils, fine. But we're talking about actively killing as many people as possible here.
I am talking about protecting my family from the people who took me from them. I'm talking
Mira?
about dealing with these people who turned slaughter, sacrifice, and torture into an industry.
Corrupted guardsmen and the Reclarian mages, who I believe are his target. The individuals coming from that camp to here.
These are, I mean, lots of these people are just grunts. Some of them, I think, have had their families kidnapped themselves. I mean, regardless, we can't possibly know that every single one of those people deserves this. It's one thing to say, like, 2 people need to die and these 2 people are here and we don't have time to find somebody else. It's a whole other thing to say we're going to wait for a camp full of people to show up and bring down a building on them. Mira, do you have an opinion about this?
What else can we do?
I mean, I hate to say it, I don't want to be part of this, but they're coming here already, and that thing, we can't just let it hang around.
We don't stop them now, they just come back.
I'm not happy with it either, but there's always collateral damage.
You know,
Goals to
It's not
minimize
collateral
that.
damage if it's intended. Silas, can you close this if you needed to? Could you close this without taking out those other people?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not talking about collateral damage. We're talking about killing a camp of people because we can. If you guys are okay with that, then fine, but we should say that. That's what we're doing.
I don't want to be a part of a slaughter, but I do agree that this place needs to come down. It needs to be burnt.
Sure.
At this point, he turns over to Roland. If you could go and get one of the other guards. I'll explain. Roland just gives a nod and nervously sidles past Rowan and heads up the path back to the house proper.
I mean, I'm outnumbered. I can't take all of you. Not up to me, but I don't want any part of this. I'm gonna walk out.
Right. Oh, and you head out, making your way back to up the hatch, and where you can see Roland currently grabbing one of the bodies, one of the unconscious guards. And he hoists him over his shoulder. He kind of winces in pain as he does, and he begins to make his way past you back down.
Yeah, I just like make eye contact with him, and then I keep walking. I'm gonna head back towards the barn.
All right. So for the rest of you, he begins giving instructions on materials that need to be moved up topside for the sigil. He explains not the creation of the arcane sigil itself, but roughly where the different candles need to be, where there's a small brass bowl that is full of a very strange, almost pinkish violet flower that has been crushed up but not quite ground up. Like, you can still see some like half petals. It looks very dried, like a strange potpourri. And a couple of other similar things that need to go topside. And otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we move this stuff around and follow his directions.
Ray, I think while they're topside and he's kind of looking at the sigil, and this is and just talking whoever's around, whoever's listening, and this is just to destroy the manor and everything on the grounds, right? It's
I think some of this stuff is to make the second sigil.
I don't know. Maybe I should have gone with Rohan, but I felt that thing.
He would have asked Mira to stay behind, by the way. So I guess it would just be Strieg, Frey, and Garrett at this point up topside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I felt that thing, and it can't exist, and if those people are really trying to bring it here.
No, it needs to stop.
Sometimes there isn't a choice.
He's not wrong about that. We can't know that all of these guards are evil or innocent. How many are doing it willingly versus how many are doing it against their own will or unknowingly. But
if they came and started shooting at us, are you gonna say that you wouldn't shoot back?
exactly, we would shoot back. And that's exactly what they would do. They would attempt to attack or kill us.
Well, I wonder if we'll even be able to get this finished before they get here.
Yeah, that's the thing we've got to do, is get this finished.
Right. Okay. So I think actually, while he's up here, Frey is going to take his seeing stone that was watching the entrance to the basement, and he is going to move it to the edge of the property that oversees the road
Okay.
that the people from the encampment would be coming down.
Okay, like over by the ridge, see if he can, get a little bit
Yeah.
of warning.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea.
So he'll check on that regularly until something comes of it.
Mira, after they head up, he kind of he kind of just, one moment, Mira. And he just heads over to you, and his very, like, his shoulders have been tense, and he's been speaking with conviction and moving with purpose, but he just kind of fades for a moment and just... I know exactly how hard this must be for you. I know you never wanted any of this. I don't want it either. There is no easier way. But I know you've... It's been so long. You're someone, you're your own person now. Tell me honestly, Vera. What would you have me do?
If you could hurt the least amount of people possible, that's what I would ask for.
Then what of the camp? What of the rest of them? What of this?
I don't know. You know more about all of this than I do.
I want it to end for good. There are so many people here. We'll never see justice if we do not have it done.
Would they be able to open it again? If you close it?
They built it once. Why would they not be able to build it again? It feels almost as if we're delaying the inevitable.
Who did? Those people or Vale?
Vale is in charge. He's a spirit. He's nothing, but he's the invisible force behind it. If we can delay it, just long enough. Just long enough. He'll be too old. He won't be able to keep it going. These people, the ones who have been orchestrating this basement attached to the hells of the mines of man, they are going to be the only thing left that can help him rebuild. I don't have connections with the Lucian Ray anymore. I don't have anything anymore. All I have is you. I want to keep it like that. And he kind of just purses his lips, and he starts to open his mouth and then bites his tongue and just shakes his head and puts an arm around you.
Don't want you to have to be what they made you. Did that to you.
Look at you, Mira. Look what they made you.
I chose to be this way. I'm not less for it. Maybe I hurt people, but I don't kill anyone. I don't have to.
What would you have me do? How would you have me fix this?
Why can't we just close it and burn it all down and collapse it? Maybe they'll chase us, but isn't that something?
Perhaps.
Rohan, I think he's right. Not all of those people are... They can't all be bad people. What if they're just... Some of them are just soldiers? Do you think they really all know everything that was happening here?
Miracle. A miracle. And he just has a moment where he almost loses his balance and stumbles for a moment and catches himself.
I'll catch it.
Do you remember? Right before I left, was forced to abandon you.
Yes.
That was something I was supposed to tell you. I promised to tell you.
Yes.
Mira, you are more than just you. All of this, but no, it was all for you.
What? What do you mean?
Souls, people, being someone. You are not your sister. And I knew that. I knew you could never be. But you are something new. And there are so many people who see in you something new, something dangerous, something strong.
I know that.
They didn't want me. Mira, they wanted you. I knew if I ever came back, they would find you. And that would be it. For everything.
We don't have to be alone anymore, Father. My friends, I told them what I am. They don't care.
No, but people
I'm
like Vale,
person to them.
people...
They
even
can
in the
help
Lucian
us.
Ray, they would take you. They would experiment on you. There are so many. If a single one of these people got their hands on you, you would die 1,000 deaths. As they just learned how you worked, what you were.
It won't happen. You won't let it happen, and my friends won't let it happen. And I believe in them, and I believe in you.
Give me a charisma convince. There's no world where this stops. They'll keep coming. They'll know about you, about me, about all of this. And if we don't deal with them, if we don't deal with the ones running this now, they'll just be that much quicker on our heels. You deserve a noble life, Mira. You deserve a house on a hill, the bench under a tree. If they're out there, you can't have that.
Maybe someday, but there are a lot of things I want to do. A lot of things I want to help fix. And if this is one more thing that needs to be fixed, then we'll figure it out. I know that we can.
Very well. Anything for you, a miracle.
Thank you.
Take the rest of your friends. Go. Do what you can. Distract, cause something in the town. Something to slow them down. Give me more time and I will deal with this.
And then what? How are we going to get out of here?
You're already going to be gone.
I won't leave you again.
I'll get out. I told you. I'm not willing to die for you anymore. And they're not going to stop me this time. Where can I meet you?
can't be alone. You died today.
I'm not intent on making a habit of that, Mira. We're running out of time.
Let at least someone stay with you. It doesn't have to be me if you meet us, if you promise.
If you all go, I promise I will meet you. Nothing is going to keep me from my little girl again. I promise.
Take someone with you, even if it's just one person, please.
Not letting anyone else risk their lives for this, Mira. Go. Became a better person than I ever could have imagined, and I am not ready to say goodbye to that. I am not ready to say goodbye to you.
You don't have any food, any water, any warm clothes? How are you going to do anything?
Mira. You were too young to really understand.
I'm not.
You were. And I will explain it all to you, but trust that I am more than some mere alchemist. And I can take care of myself. I can find my way back to you. I will find my way back to you. Now tell me where, and then go.
Whoops. In Arvishta, Garrett's wife. And she'll just explain, like, about the estate and everything. I don't know if that's where we're going, but it's something.
Gives a nod. I will meet you there. Roland. He turns and Roland just, yeah. Take her before she changes her mind. You have good friends. Mira. Go. And he gives you another hug, and it's far too quick. He is stubbornly unwilling to let it go on too long.
She is very mad and very sad. But I guess she's gotta go.
And Roland heads right behind you. And Garrett, Strieg, and Frey, as you guys get done kind of with your discussion and figuring out exactly where everything should go, at least roughly, as you're heading back to the trapdoor, you see Mira coming out of it, and shortly behind her, Roland.
I think everything's ready up here.
I think convinced him to not collapse everything on those people. But I guess we just need to go. He said he would meet us at... I'm blanking on the last name of the estate of Garrett and his wife. He said he would meet us at the Viacord estate. I trust him.
Okay. Do we need to do anything to slow down?
Yes, he said to make some kind of distraction at the town to give him as much time as we could.
You know who's really good at making distractions? Rohan.
Does he have
I
anything
think-
left to make a distraction?
Can he summon his cat again? Has it been that long?
No, it's still the same day.
Did Rohan leave the property entirely?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back to the barn.
Okay.
I think
We'll have
Or-
to find
Yeah,
him
or-
first.
Yeah. If he went anywhere, I think he probably went back to the barn where the refugees were at. Maybe if Frey, if you ran and got him while Mira, Strig, and I headed more towards the center of town, see if we can get some kind of ruckus going.
All right, so I'll go, and Frey will start running as best he can. Half dead.
Half dead.
I mean, I can't possibly have gotten that far in this time anyway, so hopefully you'll catch me on the road still.
I mean, you gun it with everything you've got. And after a few minutes following the path that unfortunately Rowan cannot cover, given there is a lack of arcade ability left on the party today, you follow in his footsteps and eventually can see him making his way winding through the not quite forest, the sticks on the edge of town towards the barns.
Freya's absolutely out of breath, just like, Rohan! Rohan!
Are you okay? Yes, I turn around.
We need, one moment. We need a distraction to slow down the people from the camp. If we can slow them down, then maybe everything can go off before they get there.
Okay. Yes, let's go. Okay.
And the others
okay?
they're heading to town, and I would like to sit and rest, but I don't think we have the time for that.
Okay. Let's go. I will start walking towards town. Kind of awkwardly, like, am I supposed to slow down for Frey, or should I don't know.
Don't wait for me. I'll catch up. Just go.
Okay. I will take off towards town.
Frey will be a little behind.
I imagine, like, after he fucking starts, Frey just, like, sits down next to a tree. Just,
Valid, yes.
oh.
He's gonna take a little breather.
Literally freezing his ass off while hyperventilating, doing everything he can to be a hero.
Wait, actually, how far are we from the barn at this point?
I mean, probably 5 minutes away from it.
Okay, I maybe will hold on. Let me just take a look real quick at my inventory because I don't have any. Because I didn't bring anything. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I could do that would. No, I used the biggest distraction earlier today to cause a fucking nuke to explode. Okay, never mind.
You
I'll
don't
just
have a
go to
second
town.
vial of burst frostfire?
Thankfully, no. All right, no, I'll just go to town. I don't have anything in my pack that would help me anyway.
God, I wish you would have had that for Silas. I would have loved to have seen what he could have done with that.
Horrifying.
Oh. All right. So, at this point, Frey is resting after the most physical exertion he's had in maybe his entire life today.
Yep.
Between all the walking back and forth, the running, the fighting, the violence, the stress, he's having a day. Rowan, you are heading back towards the town?
Yes.
Okay. Mira, Garrett, and Streak, what are you guys doing?
Going to the... What are we doing?
I mean, we're also going to town.
Oh, I guess so?
All right. Well, you guys are, I'd say, Rowan's probably going to be first to get to town, so... Yeah, Rowan, you're able to make it back to Corval, where things are as quiet as could be expected for this small town in the early evening.
Great. I will wait for the others because I feel like decisions I make on my own rarely end well. So I will wait for them.
All right. You do see the rest of them heading back from the Tyrell Manor after a few more minutes of waiting at the outskirts.
Yeah, I'll walk towards them and catch up with them. Hey, I was told that we are looking to make a distraction.
Yeah, I guess Mira was able to talk her dad into not going the full collapse everything on top of the next guys who show up route. So he needs more time to finish what he's doing and collapse it.
I give Mira
Part of me
like a smile.
part of me just wants to kind of raise a ruckus in town and run and have them chase us, but that doesn't sound like it would end well.
Can we light the bastion on fire?
It's stone, isn't it?
Are there any buildings that are wood that we could light on fire?
I mean, there are quite a few. Like, most of them are going to be residential.
Would that stop or distract the oncoming soldiers and the Reclairin mages, or would they just not our problem and go past it?
I guess, like, is there like a fire brigade in these places?
No, this place is way
I
too
didn't think
small.
so.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Ducal Guard is the fire brigade.
Okay, so maybe that would help, but
Could I roll for some sort of insight into knowing if that would actually stop them or if they would press on? No, I wasn't there to that. I wasn't there to camp.
I
Never
would
mind.
say
No.
that is
No.
going to be completely based on your own opinions. I don't know how an
Yeah.
insight roll could give you any insight into that.
You're right. No, that's. It would cause chaos, and at least would prevent or slow some kind of. They'd have to come through. They'd have to walk through town to get to there, right?
To get where?
To
No,
The
they
Tyrell
specifically the Tyrell Manor is like on the far, like it's like in the far outskirts of the eastern part of town. I feel like I drew this out the other day. I'll just draw it out again for you.
Yeah.
So like if whoops. I need to make my thing a little bit smaller. There we go. So, if that is... oh, yeah. Helps if I put everyone here. If that's Corval right there, like, the Tyrell Manor is over here. There's, you know, winding path that goes from here to here. And then there's, like, the big ridge over this way. The camp is kind of in this direction, and they just kind of, like, come across here. Whereas the main road from Corval goes up that way.
Okay, so we went completely the wrong way if we really want to stop them then. Son of a bitch.
that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think if we set a fire here in town,
I mean,
I don't
have
think they would
heard,
come out
like,
of
you
their
you
way.
have heard that, like, in the past, like, there have been times when they have, you know, if someone says something, they're like, yeah, extra supplies or something. So it's not like they would go out of their way to completely hide, like, once in a while they do kind of, like, you know, get seen.
It
Right,
feels
but
like
but they're not going to care enough, I guess, is kind of what I was thinking. Unless, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I was just gonna. It feels like an inelegant solution, and like
Yeah.
a little tangential. I feel like if we're, I mean, one, I feel like if we're gonna set a fire anywhere, we should set a fire in the camp. Like, what are we doing? You know, like
Right.
put them on high alert. I mean, like if the goal is to make them not go to Tyrell Manor, which means we need to give them somewhere else to go, or
Right.
give them a reason not to leave the camp at all. And I mean, you know, if you give them reason to think there's something happening at the camp that they need to be there for, that'll do it. And also, we know already, thanks to Umbra, that there are mines there. So we could probably just go set something off. I mean, I guess there's a question of how, but, you know, I mean, I think
Or
that's
by
probably
throwing
the move.
rocks at the area where the mines are.
We'd have to get really close.
Also, based on the time frame you guys have, it would not be unreasonable to expect them to have already left.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we cause explosions from behind them, they'd at least send some back to see what's going on.
Is the ridge the one that we were on earlier, or is this like a
No, there's like
different
a
ridge
much
between-
higher hill that like is like behind the Tyrell Manor and everything.
Okay.
That like, yeah, you can't really see past.
Is this a rocky hill,
A little bit.
or is this,
Like it's you know, it's like it's a hill that kind of protrudes up northern. So and then it's a bit more like there's a bit of a north facing cliff to it.
yeah, I'm trying to think like maybe we can cause like a rock fall or something that'll make them realize, like if we are up on a ridge and we, I don't know, make a rock fall or something, then they'll probably realize that like we're up there and there's a trap or something, and they'll probably chase after us. But like we'll have enough of a higher ground head start to maybe get away, something like that. Or maybe we can set off a charge or something that will cause that when we're not that close by. Because even if they've left, like they're basically walking around this hill, so like that's probably where they are. If nothing else, maybe we should do something like that while we think of something else to do that's more useful.
I mean, unless you have explosives hidden somewhere, I don't know how we're gonna do that.
Mira, can you punch an avalanche?
Can I? Probably punch a
Probably
tree.
not.
Not without
I
getting
could-
swept away by it.
Punch a tree? Or a
Okay.
rock? Can we do that anymore today? I have one. I think I have 1 point left.
Okay. We're all so spent. Like we don't have anything
I
left.
could possibly punch a 5-foot diameter tree.
That's a big fucking tree.
I mean,
There
That's not
wasn't
nothing.
anything. There wasn't anything like that on the path between the camp and the Tyrell
Or
estate, was
rock.
there?
Tree or rock.
Because if you could punch a tree hard enough to cause it to fall across the path, that
I
would
mean, if they're
definitely
just
slow them down.
walking, though.
Well, I mean, the way the ability is worded is called Shattering Strike. I mean, I guess maybe if it's a really tall tree.
I see what you're saying.
it's so useless without spells. I fucking hate this. Okay.
Pretty lights in their eyes, blind them.
Well, I was trying to see if I could glamour myself as a guard, and then try to lead them away somehow, but seems unlikely.
Plus, with the mages there, they're looking for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, I hate to say it, but like, one thing we know works is to scream and then run.
yeah. Well, that's why I was thinking about setting off some of those mines around the camp. Assuming they still have them. If we could set those
We
off, that would
even-
be something exploding behind them, and they'd at least send some people back to check on it.
Could we even make it to the camp before they make it to the manor?
Can we, Frey, can you check the, is Frey here? Has Frey made it?
No, I assume Frey will be getting there soon.
Okay, sure.
Yes, he has not been part of this conversation.
That's fair. I was gonna ask if Frey could check the rock at the camp, but no, that's fair. We should at least get eyes on them. We should at least walk to where they are so we can figure out, because right now they're probably moving and we don't even know where they are. Like, they're just gonna get there before we even have a chance to do anything.
Right. No, you're right. Definitely wouldn't hurt to head back towards towards the estate and see if we can maybe see where they are.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how many they send, we might just be able to take them out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm back up to 11.
Great. All right. Someone should stay here so that they can tell Frey where we're going. I mean,
Yeah, I'll stay
Is-
behind.
Is the barn in the same direction as the camp?
Kind of. Like, they're both vaguely north. Like, the camp, you have to, like, go all the way around a non-path. But, yeah, so... Like,
so, like,
vaguely.
if we're walking,
So
if we're
would you
walking
be?
towards the camp or whatever, would we pass Frey?
No. Like, if Frey was heading to town and you were heading from town...
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I can run into them on the way.
Great.
So,
We'll do that.
at which point you were able to debrief him on what's going on.
Yes.
Which somehow ends with you guys being even more stressed. You've made this harder for yourselves because you don't want to kill people.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can beat people up.
Yeah, we're okay beating people up. We just don't want to kill people. Okay, well, yeah, can we go see... Oh, actually, Frey, can you check the camp? Can you see if anything's happening there? Can we tell if people have left?
Yeah. And yeah, Frey will check out the what's going on at camp.
It is very quiet. You hear... You listen? Listen? One set of footsteps across maybe 20 or 30 seconds of listening?
Frey pulls back out of it. I think they're already on. I think they're already gone. I think they've
Was
already
there, like-
left.
Was there, like, snoring, or was it just, like...
No, there was no snoring.
Okay, so it wasn't that most of them were asleep and there's, like, a small crew that got sent out.
No.
It's like, there's probably people gone. Okay.
They
They're sending
apparently,
the whole
yeah.
camp for this?
It's almost like they've heard what's going on and they've prepared additional forces.
I mean, that's fair. Just was hoping maybe they haven't and they were just sleeping and that's why it's quiet. Okay. Well, fuck. Okay. Okay, I mean, I think we should at least go try to see where they are and intercept them, I guess, or whatever.
Intercept them, huh?
Not like cross their path. I just mean like be where they are so that we can see them.
Okay.
And they can't see us, ideally.
All right. So you get as far as the thicket of trees will allow you to still have some level of cover. The other thing is, if you head beyond those, you're going to be obviously the only other pairs of tracks out here
Sure.
in this area that no one else goes to.
Yeah.
So
And we don't see anybody?
you begin waiting. About 5 minutes go by. Nothing.
Oh, are we like on the side of the road, like in the trees?
There's no road, so essentially you're in the trees near where you know the path is that they take.
Okay. Okay.
About as far north as you can get on that path before there's just no more cover.
All right. I'm trying to think if there's like maybe like fallen trees or like heavy rocks or something we could just like, throw into the road to like make it more difficult.
I mean, you could certainly try and chop down a tree.
Yeah, I got an axe with me. Unless that axe broke. No. I don't remember if that axe broke or not.
I don't think you have a
When would
broken
it have
axe.
Okay, yeah, no, I got an axe. We can use that to cut down a tree.
Okay.
All right, you start chopping.
Yeah. Do we have any idea of like? Can we make a guess about if they're not here where we think they would be? Is it more likely that they haven't gotten here yet, or more likely that they've already gone past it?
It is, I would say, based on time frame, much more likely that they haven't gotten here yet.
Okay, cool. Good
And
stuff.
from what you guys saw of the camp, there was nowhere else they really go.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, you guys
Okay. Yeah. Then.
wait as Garrett begins chopping. As Garrett, you haul back with that axe, and there's that loud sound of axe on tree that begins to echo throughout the area you are in. Gotta keep going?
Yep.
All right. I would like to give me a strength exert. Let's see how hard you're swinging and how well you're doing.
Yeah, strength exert. Let's take that -1.
Wait, I could do that.
Not doing well. Mira is welcome to take over if she wants.
I am very good at both strength and exert, in fact.
After a couple of minutes of Garrett just in and just like wincing in pain, like close to, bleeding again from all of his wounds, trying with everything he can to do this. Mira, you can see that maybe it's the pain, maybe he's not something he's done in a while, but either way, this tree is not coming down.
Sit down, Dad number 3. I got this.
I'm just gonna say while they're doing this, I'm gonna glamour myself as one of the Ducal guards that we like. I can't disguise myself obviously, but like the uniform of one of the Ducal guards who we knocked out, so that I can, make an excuse or whatever if these guys pass us.
Okay. All right, and Mira, if you would like to give me a strength exert. As Mira starts hauling back, and with everything she's got, with all of this determination, this renewed vim and vigor at attempting to assist her newly surviving and much younger father, chop, chop till it drops. You begin to hear the cracking sound, and you give it like a shove to make sure it falls in the right direction, and the tree thuds. is anyone keeping watch while this is going on?
I
will.
am.
All right, Streak, I would like a int notice. Wisdom notice.
Ooh, that's different.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I would also be watching. That's why I had the disguise.
Okay, give me a wisdom notice as well. So, Streak, for whatever reason, you're like still in pain, distracted by everything that's going on, inexplicably trying to understand it all. Rowan, you kind of notice something that at first, it almost sounds like it's like just an echo from where Mira is chopping this tree. You're hearing like, and then after a couple more, it's definitely the sounds of a hooved animal echoing off the snow.
Huh.
As it's getting ready to, as like the tree is getting ready to come down.
What?
I thought the tree already went down?
I kind of went back in time because they were keeping watch.
Okay, interesting.
So
I'm
it
guessing
definitely
this is
sounds
the
like
mule.
something's coming around the bend within the next
Probably the
few
mule
minutes.
that we saw earlier, or that Frey saw earlier at the thing. I will like go a little further up the path, like closer to where the hoofed animal is coming from, so that I will intercept them or whatever before the rest of the party.
As you start to head up, you hear the sounds of the tree crashing. Mira making sure to shove it so it falls properly in the right direction, and then start. I assume you guys together are going to drag it so it's the most in the way you possibly can get it.
Yes.
Streak, are you going with Rowan or helping the party?
I'm probably staying with.
Okay. The party?
Yeah.
Rowan, you can see as you head up the road a little bit, there are at the front 2 Ducal guards and 2 Rayclarians. All are holding flintlock rifles on their shoulder.
Lovely.
As it kind of cracks and breaks, they immediately kind of like, instead of having them at the shoulder, they then have them at the ready, and everything kind of stops.
I'm gonna hide.
So that would essentially mean you'd have to fall back at this point and hope they haven't noticed you, because again, you
Yes.
guys were already at the edge of
Yeah,
what coverage
exactly.
you had. So
Yeah, I know,
You're
I know
falling
that
back?
they might have seen me. Yeah, but I think, given their vibe, I don't think that. Oh wow, what a funny predicament! Fancy running into you here is gonna work. So I'm gonna.
all right, and you guys make your way, or you make your way back to the party as they are dragging the tree as close to the middle of the path that's been used lately by these people as you can.
Yeah,
And,
I like wave them back as quickly as I can as they're doing this. Like hopefully before they see us, but you know.
and
Seeing Rohan trying to wave us back, I guess I would try to get everyone to duck behind some trees or whatever brush coverage there is.
all right. As you guys are able to get the tree most of the way in the way. The trees out here aren't incredibly large, but it should at least slow them down or inconvenience them in some way, given that they do seem to have a mule pulling a wagon. But,
Perfect.
you then hear... I'm sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, and regardless of how thick the trees are, Strig should still be able to hide behind one of them.
Oh.
Why are you laughing? Could I not hide?
No, just because Strig's like super skinny.
Yeah, it was just a
Oh.
streak skate
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
And with that, you guys, are you just waiting over there to see what happens, or...
I would probably want to move further up the road rather than back the road, and
You want to go
hide.
further... well, so going further up, like... There's not a lot more tree coverage. You're pretty much at the edge of it. Like,
Oh, okay.
there's
Yeah,
another
so-
maybe 15, 20 feet. But that's about it.
I'm staying with him, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna want to go back a little bit a ways from the edge enough to try to hide. Yeah.
All right. That is when you finally hear the barking of orders of...
I thought you were gonna say dogs.
Oof. Yeah.
The barking of orders.
They can sense Amira. They can smell.
Right. Something's happening up ahead. We heard it earlier. We know that something's going on back at the manor. We know that something's off in all of this. Be on your guards. Oh, rifles up. Mages, be ready. And there's kind of a pause. And we gotta move ahead slow from here on out. There's plenty of ambush spots if they come at us. We don't know what's going to be happening. We got no information. I haven't heard nothing from no one back in the town or elsewise the manor in quite a while. So, rifles at the ready. If it moves, you fire. If someone gets hit, you take their weapon, you fall back. If you've fired and you are spent, you fall back. And after you hear that, the marching begins again. And finally coming properly into view, you can see about 30 total soldiers.
Oh my god.
Okay. Probably a bad idea to get into that mess.
Yeah, a
How
little
many of
bit.
them are holding a rifle?
Yes, there are 4 at the front holding rifles that you can see.
It'll take time to reload the rifles. I'm wondering if we want. Well, 30 people. They'll have that rolled out of the way real quick.
We cannot take this on.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
If only you had, like,
Is
a
there-
trap that you knew they were heading to where you could take them all out at once.
is there just one hoofed animal?
There's just
It's
one
just-
mule that you see that is pulling a wagon.
Okay. Pulling a whack.
Henrietta.
Does
Oh,
it look
okay.
like they could turn quickly if there was something on the road behind them, like that they were trying to chase? Because there's a mule with a wagon. Like,
I mean, there's no one on, like, everyone is on foot. There's no one in the wagon. There's one person, like, sitting on the back of the wagon yawing the mule, but otherwise, like, there is no one that is... They're all on foot. So they, as a entity, could, but it would probably take a little while to get everything to pivot.
How far away can Rohan make pretty lights?
10 feet, I think. Not much.
I was gonna say, what are the chances you could flash bang the mule to make it like run away?
Probably not.
Fuck it, we've got a tree down. How much time did he say extra he needed?
He didn't give it about just as much as possible.
How far will they be from us when they're on the path? Like, how far?
So right now they are probably 200 feet from the downed tree.
Like, how far are we from, let's say, like the center of the path at the down tree? Like, assuming that we're.
I would say you're maybe 25 feet away-ish.
Okay. Okay.
We could get further ahead and chop down another tree.
No, he said there wasn't a
There's
lot of...
not a lot more tree cover.
Yeah.
The tree cover
Oh.
only continues for about another 15, 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
So the path that they are going down, it's like a snowy path, right?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like...
there is still snow everywhere.
Okay. So Frey is going to focus a moment first on the one that seems to be the leader, and I'm going to use my ill fate art to curse him walking on snow.
Next pertinent skill check they make is rated a -1 penalty. Okay, so any kind of thing that has to do with walking on snow, he is now cursed with a -1 at.
Yeah, so walking through snow.
All right.
I would like him to slip, ideally. And you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this because there is no limit.
Ugh.
I'm gonna say, okay, so I think the way Frey would do this is he's just kind of, like peering around whatever trees they're hiding behind, watching the soldiers as they pass, and he has one of his divination cards in his hand, just kind of like acting as like a focus.
What about the donkey? Making the donkey all slippy slide.
You can target the donkey too. It is a main action, so.
So,
Okay, well,
between having to see something and focus on it, you're getting off like 5 or 6 a minute.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. All right.
I would like to change my ghost light. I would like to add the mule as one of my companions that can see the light. In the hopes that it will distract the mule slightly and they won't know why.
Okay.
When it gets close enough. Not yet, but if it gets close enough, then, maybe that'll do something. Who knows?
All right, so for the sake of it, I will go ahead and say, while they are marching up from roughly 250 feet away, I'll go ahead and give him a -2 to see how he does going through all of the snow where he is barking orders with Frey making him inconvenienced. God damn it. He kind of turns and just, right, it's a freshly cut tree. I'm going to want people to start covering. We know that they got to be here somewhere. They're just trying to slow us down. We're going to need extra coverage. They could be ambushing from anywhere in this thicket coming up. At this point, he just, he turns to, turn back towards them. All right, rifleman, eyes peeled. Anything moves, you give it half a second. If it looks human, you fire. No question. Fucking shit! And he falls over right on his ass, and everyone kind of stops for a second. I'm fine, we just gotta keep... And then he slips, and... shit! And starts to pull himself up, and someone comes over to help him, and he kind of, fucking shut. Somebody didn't fucking do a good job cleaning out these socks. All these damned woolen socks are still wet. It's killing me.
I'm gonna make a snowball just in case.
Okay.
I don't know.
He starts
Throw a
stumbling and
snowball.
slowly walking. They start to. I didn't say stop moving. And at this point, he's leaning on the side of the wagon, and he starts to slip again, and he catches himself and hoists himself. So he's now sitting in the back of the wagon awkwardly.
Would it be possible to throw a snowball from within the ranks of everyone? Not not actually from inside of where they are, but kind of from in their general direction.
Could I?
Could you what? Throw it from inside of there?
Well, not inside of wherever. Obviously, you can't walk out from the woods into the middle of 30 people, throw a snowball, and duck back into the woods. But maybe from
Try and make it seem like they don't know where it
Yeah.
came from?
Yeah.
You could try, I would say... the throw would come first, and then I would need a dex sneak to see how noticeable you were about it.
I feel like that might not be the best plan. Because if it doesn't work, then we just threw a snowball at them.
I would
And
like
our
to point
cover's
out
gone.
that I have a +1 to my dex, a 0 to my sneak, and a +2 to my shoot, which would be throwing.
I
That's
give
cool.
the snowball to Garrett.
I will say, I think this is going to be a pretty fucking high DC.
Maybe we
Oh.
could leave that to a last resort.
Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe.
yes. I'm not doing it right now. That's just to like have it as
you guys created this entire fucking problem. You're like, what do we do? If only we had magic that could kill all these people.
yeah.
But we
Instead,
don't.
we're
not
It's
trying to
just
get us
the
to
same
murder
goddamn
balls
day.
at Robert, stop trying to get us to be genocidal maniacs.
Not
Jesus Christ.
genocidal.
Look, he just wants hobo
Never had a
murders.
fucking GM try to convince us to be murder hobos. Jesus Christ.
I'm not asking you to be murder hobos.
You explicitly
I'm
are.
asking you to let nature take its course.
Well, Frey is going to keep cursing people.
Doing everything you can to slow them down. Just focus for a few seconds and just go fuck yourself, you idiot. Start tripping. Go fuck yourself, you idiot. Start tripping. Just on different people, and they're just like,
Yep.
let's be some ice under the snow, sir. Not exactly sure. Another woman just, yeah, it's not been like this before, but, well, it's been particularly heavy, can't say. Maybe it melted and iced up. And generally, the person who seems to either be in charge or at least giving the combat orders just, look, I don't care. Slow and steady. Keep your eyes on the fucking ridge. Keep your eyes on the fucking... And he pauses for a second and, like, readjusts. Oh, fucking ass. Keep your eyes on that thicket. You can see where that freshly chopped down tree was done at. We know what's going to happen. They're going to be preparing an ambush. We need to be ready. Don't know how many, but we have to have numbers. There's no way 50, 60 people got here without us knowing. So we're going to have the numbers, and as soon as they show themselves, we go have the advantage. So don't fret, we keep moving. And he kind of turns. Rifleman, all eyes to the fucking... Sorry, I forgot cardinal directions. All eyes to the west. We don't need anyone covering the damned hill. There's not going to be anyone sneaking up on us from up there. At this point, they're probably somewhere between 75 and 100 feet away from the down tree.
Okay. I am going to whisper to Garrett, like, if you're going to do something, I would say maybe wait until after they pass us. That feels like they'll have more trouble figuring out where it's coming from.
How close did we say we would be when they were at their closest?
Like 25 feet.
Yeah, I said you guys are about 25 feet away from where the down tree is. You have about roughly 10 feet of tree cover. 10 to 15 feet of tree cover between you and the very edge of the path that they've been taking.
Okay.
I feel like that echoing bell could actually have been useful here. I don't know how, but I can feel it in my bones. I should have gone back and gotten it.
Oh. Is it time for the coin to make its big appearance?
I truly was thinking about that.
You just throw it out as it lands.
If I threw it directly into the middle of the crowd,
Oh.
can you imagine the chaos?
Well, that's weird. Who threw a coin at us? And why is there someone laughing? Oh, well, let's keep going.
Yeah.
We will see. Because as they begin to get closer and closer to the down tree where you guys have set up a fairly, like, efficient ambush, all things considered, but with no intent to kill anyone and a plan of throwing snowballs at them to slow them down to give Silas Tyrell enough time to destroy the research laboratory. This camp of corrupt Ducal guards and others who seem to be loyal in some way to this Vale's cause, exhausted as they seem to be with what's going on, tripping on ice or bad luck or who knows what. A number of questions that we will see the answer to hopefully next week, because this, as your ambush comes to a head, is where we'll be ending tonight's session.
Nice.
All right.
Ooh.
Because I have no idea where the hell it's going to end if we don't.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I feel like we are 2 minutes away from you guys getting into a full-on fight against the entire platoon.
30 people.
Yeah.
I mean, we will all die then. That's where it'll end.
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully they'll just, be slow as they go by.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already slowed them down at least a little bit, so that's something.
Yeah.
I mean, you did humiliate the captain by making him, like, sit in the back of the thing with his arms crossed and his ass
It is-
sore.
That is so amazing.
It is so funny for him to start blaming the socks. Like, it's so funny for like a soldier to be like, "All right, guys, eyes ahead. Like, there's gonna be an ambush coming. Also, these socks are so wet. Why did nobody do laundry?"
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, he was going to have everything ready by the time they were supposed to show up and have it collapse on them. So theoretically, it shouldn't take too much longer to have it collapse just before they get there.
Sure, but then he has to get out.
Well, that's
The difference is if he kills them all, he doesn't need to be on the run. If he
And we
doesn't,
got a
he
barn
does have to
full
be
of
on the
people
run.
who. We got a barn full of people who we have a shit ton of trails leading to said barn.
I'm less concerned with whether the guy who wanted to kill 30 people gets out or not. I want him to.
Oof.
I'm just saying that's not my primary concern. That was a crazy session, guys.
Hmm.
That was a lot. It did feel good to
Really
just walk
did
out.
speed run that.
I was so fucking excited for you. Finally did it. You used the wish
Yeah.
and you unleashed a djinn back into the world.
So was he
It's
never
fine.
a monkey spawn genie?
I couldn't hear both of you. I heard it's fine and was he never.
Was he never a monkey's paw genie? Like he just would have given us what we asked for?
Well, there was some sacrifice to it, but like
Okay.
essentially like it's a matter of I mean,
What
the
you asked
second wish
for.
literally cost him nothing. It was the easiest thing in the world to do. There was no cost because it was easy. And the last wish, he was genuinely appreciative that Mira was just letting him out. There was definitely a monkey's paw to it, but yeah, a lot of it had to do with what you wished for, too.
Nice.
Like if you wish for selfish things versus, well, I guess mean things versus nice things.
Well, he hates violence.
Dude, same. That is very funny coming from the guy who keeps trying to get us to kill people.
I'm just saying, you guys created a very hard situation for yourselves when you
It's
already
fine.
used the Jedi get out of jail free card with the lamp to resurrect Mira's dad, who's now in like his physical and mental prime with all the knowledge he has, who knew how to solve the issue, and you're like, no, that's not good.
I mean,
he's solving the
that's-
issue. We just don't want him to kill
that's
30
not,
people.
that's not the issue we want him to solve.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I was all for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they've, just been following orders, but that's allowed, right? That defense, that's like, no one ever gets punished for just following orders.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished. I'm just saying that, like,
They deserve
indiscriminately
a
killing people is not-
trial.
I don't know. I mean, like, look. I mean, I believe in as like me, Adarsh. I believe in redemption and like what's the word? The opposite of recidivism, rehabilitation. That's the one.
Yeah. No, I get.
And
what
also,
you're
Rohan
saying.
has to believe in rehabilitation because he's evil and now he's good. So he has to. He can't be a person who's like, well, when people are bad, they're just bad.
What do you mean by
Like-
Rohan's evil? Because none of Rohan's backstory has pointed towards him being evil at all.
He's like shady.
He's done some
He's not
shady
evil, but-
things, but he's not.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no,
No,
evil
I mean, that's
in that
fair,
background.
I think Rohan probably thinks he's evil.
Oh.
No,
But also,
Garrett would have. He would have preferred that no one had to die, but he was fully willing to bring the structure down on everyone who was involved with it, even Mira's father, if it would stop the thing. Obviously, the goal would be to get him out of all the people who were involved in it and weren't just like innocent prisoners. The goal would have been to get him out over any of the rest of them. But like, if it came down to it, to stop this thing from getting out of there and stopping these mages and everything from it at the same time, he would have pulled the cord with himself still inside there if that's what it took.
Yeah,
I just
Might
think,
be
like-
promoted to dad number 2, I see.
oh.
I just think the logic of like, well, there are good people and bad people, and we're the good people, which is why we got to kill these 30 guys who are showing up. Is like, you got to see the irony there.
No, I
Like,
get what you're saying. It's just there's a certain amount of you make the sacrifice to complete the mission, which is in Garrett. I'm in favor of what you are. I'm fully with you on wanting to
yeah,
not,
no, I get that. Yeah,
but
but
Garrett he'd push the button.
yeah,
God.
that's fair.
God, I can't believe you brought Silas back just to fucking take away his ability to nuke a camp of fucking
Bad guys.
war criminals.
We can do
One
that
plus one
again
is
later.
murder.
We can do
But,
that
like, why
later.
would-
We can do
but,
that
like, why
later.
would- but like, why would you not believe that? Literally, the last session ended with, or like, one of the last things that happened last session was me walking up to all the people outside and being like, "If you fucking kill one more person, I will murder you all myself." Like, why now would we be like, well, Silas has been through a lot. Let's give him a little genocide as a treat. Like,
Exactly. Again, not genocide. He's not targeting based on anything except the fact that it's people who held him personally captive and tortured him for like a decade.
he doesn't know that. Like, he can't possibly know that about all these people.
Oh, what a lovely clusterfuck you guys got thrust into. And I got an excuse to bring back fucking COD. Oh, man. And now Alex has to deal with the fact that her dad's stronger than her.
What do you mean? Why
Not
would that be a
physically.
problem?
Not physically. I don't know, because Mira's never had anyone who has more power than her, I feel like. Mechanically, since, like, the campaign began.
Why is she gonna care about that?
I think there's just some mechanical implications to something where, like, the party can't go, well, if we all agree with it, Mira could just beat him up.
Do you think Mira would beat up her own dad?
If he was gung-ho about finishing the explosion, would she have? What would she have done? Tried to stop him?
I don't know.
Damn, I should have committed to it, huh?
Is he a
We
mage?
would have found out.
Like, I guess I don't know enough about how magic works. Like, he is personally a mage. He's not just like real good at like
Alchemy
drawing sigils and
is
stuff.
like, so alchemy is like chemistry, but with an arcade component.
okay.
So
So like,
he
would
is
also have to be apt.
he is a very big deal, like alchemically. Like, as he
Cool.
was explaining to Mira, like, Mira is a very big deal.
Cool. I feel like I shouldn't have gone so hard against him. I feel like he could have taught me some stuff, but now I feel like I'm on his bad side. But
Yeah, I mean, he is... There's a reason that he was the one who Vale went to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's plenty going on here that you guys get to try and fucking figure out as the Corval arc goes along. Like, I was expecting 4 or 5 sessions max in Corval.
Well,
It has been a lot longer, which is wacky. So,
We have been getting better at speeding up
Yep.
in the last couple sessions, at least, I think, which is good.
oh, well, next session I'm excited to see what happens. I'm always excited to see what happens, but oh, I'm so happy fucking I got fucking prime Silas back. That's a character I really wanted to do. And it was like so
Silas?
hard to like
you posted hot dad.
Yeah.
Yep. What's your point?
I don't know. I was wondering if that pick would ever get used, like last time.
I mean, yeah, I also was wondering if it would ever get used, and I realized that there was a very small chance, but yeah, it turns out the Jin was very, very, very empathetic to your situation.
He really looks like Oscar Isaac to me.
Hopefully nothing bad happened with him coming back, though.
Shut up.
I mean, if it did, then it did, What are we going to do?
God.
Kill everyone in the room and then myself?
A world where Silas turns into the big bad of the campaign. There we go.
No.
That'd
You
be
know,
crazy.
I mean, hey, I love when I get a moment to what was it? Like when you get a really big role and I just like out of character, like I do like a really hyperbolic description. Oh yeah, he would easily like destroy a country for her. And then later, like, I love that you pick up on that same session. You're like, wait a minute, are you serious? I'm like,
That was truly one of the most, like, horrifying exchanges I've ever had.
I won't say anything else except if there is one person who I would bet on having the capability and the means, it would be Silas Tyrell.
How about Motive? I noticed you left Motive out.
Well, there's it. He doesn't have motive now, but if something happened to Mira, he might go off the deep end.
Great. All
I mean,
right,
he did explain to her that he essentially like sacrificed himself in order to protect her already.
Yeah.
Once someone
Yeah.
immediately like heard about what was going on.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys get to spend a week trying to figure that out.
Yep. How the hell do we get out of?
I don't know how you guys are getting out. I don't know what you guys are doing. I got no idea what's going on in general. Like, have fun
Same.
figuring it out. You guys got into this mess. You get out of it. I'm just gonna be along for the ride. And we're still on the same day, and you still have not been able to get any more spells to assist you with anything.
I need spells so badly.
I think this has been the longest day we've had. This day has gone on for like 4 sessions now, 5
It's something like that,
sessions?
yeah. Like
Yeah.
3.5 or 4, yeah. Maybe Frank can
Damn.
find some more spirits that'll help.
I can't believe that's where we started today. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, they can only give him information. It's not like they can like influence anything. Right?
No, but the guards might get kind of scared if they see something.
if they see Frey acting differently, they might get scared.
I've been really wanting to do a I've been really wanting to have Frey try and like fast talk his way out of a situation, some conning. I'm just waiting for an opening for something to come up.
Hey, just play stupid.
Feels like
and-
we're about to have a
You
real
got-
big
Well,
situation. You can test
They were
yourself out.
told to wait 30 seconds and then shoot if it looks even remotely human shaped. So like, I don't know how you're gonna have time to.
Yeah, no, that's when I was like, because I had an idea, but then that came up like, okay, yeah, no, he is not going out there
I mean-
at all.
But Roddy, imagine how fucking incredible it'll be if you talk your way out of that one. You know, when your back is against the wall, that's when
Yep.
your superpowers come out.
Yeah, I mean, the question is how much those orders were literal or not. There's only one way to find out. Do it, Frey. Do it. Run out there. Run out there, Frey. Run out there and find out what's gonna happen. Do it.
that is not a risk he is willing to take.
God.
But I didn't roll any dice this session.
Wow. There weren't a lot of rolls in general.
Yeah.
And yet somehow Frey managed to stall the entire group.
Yeah, that is so funny.
That was so clutch.
Waste their time bumbling like idiots.
Okay, the next time I will say that beginning of next session, I'm gonna have him next curse the people trying to move the tree.
Of course you are.
Oh my god.
Of course you are. Because of course you are. Because of course you are.
Yes. This is the one thing I can do.
So I mean, I do love it though, because it is like okay, the tree clearly an ambush. Everybody starting suddenly to slip and fall on ice. It's like that's you ambushing yourself. Like you can't blame anybody for that. You know, like what are they gonna say? There's a wizard around. Like I'm not.
He's making us
I love
wait,
it. Your entire plan. All right, we're gonna go figure out what's happening. Let's chop down a tree. It'll be the world's most obvious ambush when there's only one place we could be ambushing them from. All right, now what do? Snowball?
We didn't plan. That's why there's this problem.
Like, you don't want to kill anyone, so now you're in the snowball realm. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, okay.
How did we get here?
The problem is, I feel like Garrett in character would have a better plan going into this than I could ever think of.
Well, you have a week to talk with the rest of the party to figure out a better plan that you can then attribute to Garrett in character now.
Like I
We're
honestly
doomed.
don't know what we can do because there are too many of them. We have like no health
Yep.
We have no
Yeah, we don't have
magic.
any-
and no magic.
Rowan and Garrett are staring death in the face.
Yeah.
Rowan in particular, with his max system strain, low HP right now, and the fact that he's already went down once, is quite literally being held together with tape and bandages.
I feel like right now it's like try and slow them down, decide, okay, this is hopefully enough, and then we sneak back to Artivista.
Yeah.
What do you guys then do with the group of refugees? The town is still also being law enforced by cultists.
We'll sneak them back with us, it'll be fine.
Oh.
I don't know, guys.
How are we gonna feed these people? Fuck.
We're not. They can find their own food. Come on. Think they're the only poor people?
You know, it's very possible they might raid our packs that we left at the
Well,
bar.
they're definitely raiding Rowan's pack.
You're kidding, right?
Rowan's pack was destroyed, remember? It's just like a like a
right.
pile. So it doesn't really look like
Robert.
it's owned by anyone. It just looks like a pile of shit in the corner.
Robert,
Yeah.
my royal family amulet is in that pack. That non-existent pack. Robert, please do not do this to me. Robert,
there are
please.
multiple criminals that you guys saved.
Oh, we're so fucked.
Robert, please do not do this to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
I've-
Garrett would still
I've-
have his pack on.
I've never been more serious. Please do not do this to me. Oh,
What ML are you
gosh.
talking about again?
The one that we found in the water.
I know exactly which one he's talking about. Oh my god, is there some mana sitting there on the floor? Hope there's no one who knows how much that's worth.
I wanted to use that.
I'm sure I'm sure Rowan at least kept the coin in his pocket, right?
I mean, the worst part is that they're gonna pick up the coin, flip it, and go, "Oh, I don't want that."
Hold on. If could Rohan have regained his spell slots by like noshing on some of that mana?
No.
It's not a food.
You ate the mushrooms.
Oh, well, yeah, but we don't have any of that left.
Right, but how do I know how magic works?
Sure. I mean, mana's like rocks.
Yeah, it's like crystallized like shards.
You can't just
Yeah.
hold
Wait,
it and like focus on
is
it.
Roland
And, like,
with us, or did he go to the barn?
power.
I was assuming Roland headed to the barn, like when you guys were dealing with all the clusterfuck.
We need to not lose that guy again.
He's like
Yeah.
the fucking hero of the prisoners. Like
He'll stand up for my pack, right?
No.
He won't know.
he
It's
won't know
yours.
it's yours.
'Cause they'll just be like,
If
"Oh,
he
hey,
would've-
we found this like pile of crap here in this bar." Can we
He's
take it?"
gonna be
Yeah,
like,
I guess
he's gonna be
sure."
like, wow, there was all this stuff. Look at this cool coin. Uh-huh.
Okay, but Roland's been around us enough. As soon as he hears the laughing coin, he'll be like, "This shit is Rohan's." Nobody else would keep this shit.
That is a fair assessment.
Me negotiating with the GM, desperately trying to keep my stuff.
God. That poor disappearing Inkwell. It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah. You're not allowed to say that though. You made fun of me when I got it.
I did.
Yeah.
He made it!
I know. He made it because he knew I'd get it, and then he could make fun of me.
All right, well, I'm gonna head to bed now, but I am looking forward to
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, God.
Alright.
What a mess. See you guys.
Good night.
Night.
Have a good night, everyone.